The biggest misconception snowboarders have around avalanche education is that they don't need it. I don't ride in that area. I don't ride in areas that have avalanches. You may not be, but what if you roll up on someone that is in an avalanche? If you don't have the skills, you couldn't be there to help save a life.
Never fall back. We will stay right where we at. We never fall back. Yeah. We never fall.
Everybody want to pull their transceiver out for me? See what equipment you're working with? Everybody switch to search for me. What numbers are you picking up? 26. Okay, all right.
What I learned in my first AIARE course that really stuck with me was how to use the equipment properly, beacons, shovels, and probes.
When you go to pull your transceiver out, we're gonna run, then walk, and then crawl, right? Just like we talked about. Always a grid pattern, and as low to the snow as you can go.
During my first AIARE course, I found it really interesting at what angles avalanches occur on, as well as the snowpack and how temperatures, humidity, factors like that can really affect whether you're going to have an avalanche probability that day or not. Riding with one person isn't the best. Always have at least one person with you, but if you can ride in a group, that's better, because digging someone out is a lot more difficult than you could ever imagine, especially in avalanche debris.
I like using Onyx. The reason this is it's got a great topo map, but we also have hill shading here, right? Like today we're gonna go up to Hidden Lake here, and we're gonna wanna come up through here. And so we're looking for different zones or different routes that we can get up through here to Hidden Lake. And so the beautiful thing though is with this slope shading, we can see just how steep these slopes are, right?
So a misconception that snowboarders get in the backcountry is a false sense of security with the terrain and with angles and everything.
The free classes that everyone goes to are great and amazing. However, it's not the true education. So if you can get into an AIARE one or a rescue course, I highly suggest doing that.
What I'm going to teach you with shoveling is what we call the block technique. Avalanche debris can be very hard, right? It's not going to be easy to dig in. It's not like nice fluffy cow snow. We want to create a nice shelf that we can pull them out onto, right? Yeah. Yeah, so otherwise, if you start digging down on top of them, it's going to be really hard to pull your buddy up out of that hole, right? Yeah, so we want a nice shelf so that we can work on them.
Things that are in my pack. I keep the beacon on my chest. In my pack, I keep my shovel and my probe in a dry, separate compartment from the rest of my stuff so that it's always clean, always easy to assemble. I keep my saw and typically most of my survival stuff on my backpack.
So for a day in the backcountry, I usually wear in my backpack shovel, probe, have my radio, I have my first aid kit, fire starters, spare gloves, something to stay overnight with.
Pros need more avalanche skills and to practice their skills more often, because the misconception is just because you're a good rider doesn't make you prone or not prone to being in an avalanche, or you're actually prone more to be in an avalanche as a pro because you're going to get yourself into situations, or you get kind of that Superman vibe where I've been and I've climbed that hill 50 times and it's never avalanched. All it takes is that one time, and that's been proven at how many pros in our industries have died over the past couple of years.